tuning in today. I'm super duper hyped to get things going. Let's add some audio to it as well, shall we? It makes it so much more fun when you can actually hear what's happening on the screen. So without further ado, game number 1 popping off on your screens, and let me know in the chat, who are you supporting today? Who are you fanboying? Who are you expecting to go out and finish in first place? I have my bets, but I want to hear from you. Who's gonna go out on top now? Qualifiers is one thing. Qualifiers is one thing for sure, and finals tend to work out differently. Having said that, some of these teams I actually didn't get a chance to follow through the qualifiers coming into this week. I of course was casting on Tuesday in my own group, so I didn't have a chance to watch all these teams play. So there might be some teams jumping on top of each other. Maybe some of these teams haven't played against each other before either. So you never know what kind of crazy shenanigans can end up, especially in like the first 1 or 2 games on the map. And then, given that it's only 6 games in total, that's where it can normally get pretty hectic. You see down towards the south now, Pixelic and Co. It's some of the former Tempest players, some of the former Inside Games players. There's a good portion of players down towards Las Leones. We also saw 2 teams fly down towards Valle del Mar, but down towards Las Leones, that is hectic. That is real hectic. Puck is down there, Hahoge is down there as well, and then you have your last team. I love the emote base, by the way. Team Kill and Die. They're down in that area as well. So 3 teams. Maybe they knew all along this was going to be a Los Leones circle. They already knew. That's why they're all down there. They had a hunch and they went with a gut feeling, and that's why they're all there. I mean, in all fairness, you can easily loot 3 teams in Los Leones and not have to fight. So I don't think it's necessarily that big of a troublesome situation. Omar and Phantom just saying hello to one another. I think Omarkin got some vehicles stolen away from them. Phantom, at least they had 2 or 3 vehicles there, so it seems like they'll be in a good situation off of that. Teaserman is gonna make his run on over, try and see if he can get himself some weaponry, and then we have some of the PUBG players down towards the south, and that's the first one found. Fiend down already. Marsic popped him out of his vehicle, and well, that's what happens when you land with one another. First kill of the game. Bada bing, bada boom. There you go. It goes to Puck. Marsic finds one, and I think Marsic wants to get the hell away from here now. He's gonna rotate further down towards the south and probably over towards his teammates, because he was a little isolated from where his mates were playing from. Anything else that we should be worried about right now? I don't think so. I mean, after we saw our teams towards Valle split up, I mean, we saw Phantom leave Omarkin alone, and now that we have some space in between the teams in Los Leones, I think it's a pretty I think it evens it out pretty well. Yes, there are 3 teams in Los Leones, and yes, they can stick around, but I wouldn't expect to see them have too many more confrontations. As I say that, though, Marsic actually didn't drive that far away. You can see he's still looting, but it seems like both Teaserin and his teammate are looking for a potential kill here. Oh, is he gonna spot him? He's literally in the middle of the open. Teaserin finds him. Marsic gets popped. The UMP is taken for Teaserin now. Hakoe. There you go. The flush comes in. Trading 1 for 1. Of course, neither of these teams want to lose players early on, but sometimes that's just the way that it goes. Liquid slowly making their way on out. Now, there's no one in the southwest side outside Picado, and there was no one to Macera either, so there's plenty of room for Team Liquid to rotate on in towards the circle. It's going to make things a lot easier for them to make their way forward. Seems like... I'm looking up towards Navi, and I don't see Senya anywhere. I only saw 3 from Navi. Might have been a disconnection. I'm not seeing him in. Maybe he DC'd, maybe something happened. I know there was one team that said that they had to play as 3, but I don't remember that being Navi. So maybe Senya had some issues connecting. 99% that it probably wasn't his fault for it happening. I don't know. It is what it is. Not always anything you can do about it. Let's see, GG, they're making their way down from the east. Everyone is trying to make their way down, and I think for the majority, teams will try to move south or east of Los Leones. Like, they don't want to be caught on the wrong side Los Leones whenever that circle commits to one side. Of course, it could also just end with the circle going inside the middle of it. That's something we've seen before as well, where the circle just sends us up in Los Leones and it becomes full-on chaos mode. But for now, it looks like there's going to be room enough down south. Again, with 3 teams landing inside the city itself, it means that the pressure from the west side, in terms of rotations coming in and underneath, aren't going to be, or it's not going to be as tough or as crowded. So let's see, Tommel by himself, looking around, trying to see if he can maybe hear a vehicle drive on past, and just tries to feed info to his teammates because he's kind of isolated. You can see you have Pixel, Clip, and Wookie all on the eastern side of Los Leones, and Tommel is sitting all on his own towards the west down south, and he has, all of Team Liquid is, well, they're all maneuvering in towards him. Samarak and Co are driving forward as well. You can see them on your screens, trying to make the rotation on in. Club Lux, Samarak, Wes, and I cannot see who the last one is. But they're all driving on forward, trying to get themselves into a better position in the circle. Granite Gaming on the rotation. They should have plenty of time, plenty of room as well. They could potentially run into the Lavas with Simka and Manic up towards the east, but I don't expect that to happen. I mean, there's room enough to maneuver around on that east side that it shouldn't really be too much of trouble for either of them to go up and play there. Unity, they're making their way down. Imom, Ronix, and Co are going in as well. So they might actually, I mean, I think there's a bigger chance they might actually run into each other. Taiwan, #1. They had an interesting qualifier. They had a tough game followed by, I mean, to be fair, we didn't get to see the final game, which was kind of frustrating, but they had a really tough game followed by an actually pretty decent win. So a lot of what they managed to do in the qualifiers came off of one really good game and a few decent ones, but also some really not that good games. So let's hope that the consistency is going to be the deliverance here, not trying to bank everything off of 1 or 2 good games. You can see up north they are Unity still driving, and the Taiwanese boys staying up on the north side. They're not actually from Taiwan. That's just their team name, in case you guys are confused. Having said that, you could be from Taiwan. The only rule that I have regarding this tournament to avoid too much of a ping issue is that you have to have half your team has to be from EU. I don't know why we're buffering right now. Let's hope that that's gonna go away. Hello. Buffering. Thank you. There we are. Good. Thank you. Half your team has to be from EMEA. So you could be like 2 European, 2 Korean players if you want to. That's completely up to you. No rules about it. No rules about that at all. So there could be Taiwanese players, but no. But no, not quite the case. Phantom driving forward, trying to see if they can get themselves into a better position. You can see them up towards the west. They have Navi coming in right behind them, but not really any trouble, I would assume, so far. They could be rotating underneath, and again, knowing Navi, A, they're not a very aggressive team, early on at least, and B, they've already seemingly lost a player to PUBG. PUBG killed one of their players, so I don't think they would want to fight early if they can avoid it. Zed, though, on the other hand, he might be in trouble here. Pixelic is, he's around the corner. Has he heard him? He's seen him, that's for sure. Pixel, he doesn't miss these. There goes one. Unity losing set early on. Clip shoots towards Orange now as well. And you can see Pixel actually wanting, at least seemingly wanting a piece of the action there. Orange might be able to get away though. He is riding straight over towards Okage. Akoge. I don't even know how to say that. Akoge? Akoge. Correct. Running side by side with Tap. Do they know that Navi are in trouble? I don't think they do. And look at this circle. I think there's a whole other reason why they're rotating as fast as they can. They're going full speed forward. Let's see. Furax does manage to get away. Now they know there's indeed a player on the hilltop, and I think that's gonna force Adibs to drive the other direction. Omarkan, they have positioned themselves down towards the south. Orange managed to get over on the other hillside, but he's going to be sitting there waiting for Question and Octave to come on over. He did get a knock onto Pixel across the road, but Wookie, as you can see, should, I would think, be able to go over and get the rest. But having said that, Quizzy and Octave, they are going in that direction and could potentially be trouble. See, he's still looking up there, but doesn't have any eyes. So even if they decide to push Quizzy on Octave, which it looks like, they won't have any cover. It's just going to be them two against Woogie and Pixel. And you can see Pixel right now, he's busy trying to fall down from the cliffside. They're like, where the hell is he? Where the hell is he? This is not exactly the easiest area to take a fight in, especially when you don't know if you're, like, how your numbers are compared to the opponent. You've already lost one. Oh, does he? Oh, the angle on Octave finds him. Virgie goes down. Lipson finds one. So Blaze now finding their way into the kill feed. Blaze, they find their first. Lipson is chilling by himself upstairs. He is. Ooh, that's a good timing for a medkit. He's gonna close the door. Doesn't want anyone in his face. Teaserin around the corner. Goes down immediately. Lipson trading again 1-for-1. But the casualties are starting to rack up for Teaserin and this team, because they're down to just 2 players now. So even though, yes, they have 2 kills and they've been trading them even across the board, it's not been really going in their favor. I mean, what would you rather have? 2 kills early, but only be 2 players alive, or no kills coming into maybe phase 3 or 4, and have all players alive? I think you'd rather miss out on those 2 points, at least in the early couple of games, and be able to play with 4 alive instead. Woogie is by himself. I don't think Quizzy or Octave knows that he's there. He's gonna chill. At least for a little while longer, while Unity, they have something else going on, because Orange tried to back off, and once again it's Blaze who when they did what teams normally don't, and I think that's why they're catching people off guard. Teams normally don't push into Los Leones, so people kind of play out of the edges of Los Leones with their backs turned, because they don't expect anyone to actually be looking in that direction. And now you can see Blaze, they just opted to go in and catch people from behind, and it's well, I mean, it's been working out pretty well so far. Orange has found a little bit of a corner that he can hide in, but does that mean that he'll be able to stay alive? I'm not sure. I like this rotation from Navi. They normally do try to rotate south around on these rotations, but Omarkin, they read it. They were sitting down there ready and waiting. And yeah, they said, you know what, you're more than welcome to come say hello if you want to. I'll just deal with you. Quizzy goes down as well. Lassa finds one more. No flushes just yet. Circle shifts back towards the mainland, even before it had to. He could have kept in the water for one more circle, but not quite the case. Wookie now uses that time to try and get the hell away. Does have a car, so should be able to drive on over the clip. That's going to keep them 2 alive and with one another. Simka is looking around as well. That's further down towards the south. The Lovers looking over towards Not Fair, and they're sitting pretty well split in a somewhat center compound. Shouldn't be complaining about that whatsoever. Best of luck gone down now as well. Buster able to find him, and as you said before, Senya was out from the very start of it, so Kemba is all on his own now. It's not gonna be easy. Maybe Kemba can sneak his way to I mean, it's a tall order. It's a lot to ask to have Kemba somehow get into placement points here, because there's still 52 alive and we haven't lost a single team. But who knows? Who knows? Maybe if the circle goes towards him, or maybe if both Mark and Not Fair, Pog, and Phantom kind of forget about him, then who knows? Maybe there's a chance. Maybe there's a chance that Kemba gets away from here with some points. We'll see. Fortunately, there are going to be 5 more games left to play after this one. So even if it doesn't go their way, there is still a pretty decent chance that you could you can get something going. I want to check for you guys, right? Like, now that we're here anyway, let me just check. Last week, let me check for you. Last week, in week 1, the first place team Face Clan ended up with 80 points. We had WTSG at 71, and then El Giganten at 51, and the 4th place team Istanbul Wildcats ended up at 49. So 49 was the 4th place cutoff last week, and it's gonna be pretty fun to try and keep track of where that's gonna be today, and whether it's gonna be higher, whether it's gonna be lower. And speaking of keeping track, let's take a look real quick at how we're looking in terms of kills so far across the board. Blaze, they found themselves 2. They had a few more knocks, but as you can see, the reses came up on the hilltop. Hakogate found 2 as well, but at the loss of 2 players. Granite just found there first. Omar considers as 1 as well. So pretty quiet start. I mean, we have lost 12 players, but it's been pretty evenly split across teams. So hasn't been too much action. Let's see now. Omar can cast register. Our unknown player pushing up the hills, slowly making his way forward. Samurok found Vasco, so that's of course far from optimal. Now they lose West in return, and I think Cash might be best off backing off. Yeah, up he is. He's not gonna try to overly contest anything there. They're gonna wait out the next circle and try and see if maybe they can find something in the next one. Everyone's kind of playing each their corner right now. Club of the Looks is far out from his teammates. You can see Adams just pulled in on the south side. Ooh, Wookie with the bolt. Good to have him back in action. Oh, Clubber. That's why he was sitting out there by himself. He knew all along the circle was gonna go over towards the southeast corner. So he was just sitting there ready and waiting. Now he can go, guys, the circle's over here. Come. Granite gonna make their rotation. Cast Register is running up trying to chase him down, but I think they will be gone by the time he gets there. He does have his mini in hand now, looking for a potential target, but nope, it's not gonna happen. He's backtracking them though. He's running straight in their footsteps, or at least in their car wheel steps. What do you say? Tracks. Cars don't make steps. He's running in their tracks and trying to follow them along. As I say that, K-Mine finds 1. It's not too often we see engagements in here, but let's see what happens in the cave. K-Mine goes down. No flushes coming in yet, though. Puck is looking for kills. Puck were the ones to hot drop face last week, which didn't really work out in their favor at all. This time around, it's not working either. Puck goes down. EB finds 1. K-Mine finds 1. James finds the last. Remember, Puck did lose a player early on in the game inside of Los Leones. So 3 kills for Liquid. Bim, bam, boom. And they have 3. Pretty clean execution there. K-Mine did go down, but the rest came in immediately after. So they should be all right. Entropy on the west side. Under pressure. Trico needs to get away, but it ain't going to happen. Diaz finds him. Okay, that was a little scary look, but that's one of the main issues with the Mirado in this terrain. The vehicle is, yes, it's good. Yes, it can go fast, but once you're starting to spin around and stuff, it's actually surprisingly slow in acceleration. Trying to accelerate it in like wonky terrain, the buggy, the bike, so many vehicles are so much faster at getting the hell out of there than the Mirado is. So I think that's why he tried to spin around and get away from the compound when they started shooting at him. He just simply couldn't get out of their vision in time. So ends up going down because of it. T-Bone by himself might have the remaining players pulling up on him at just a short moment. Let's see. Vehicles are indeed pulling up. Page finds Twite. That's elsewhere. And I don't think they know. I mean, Anonymous hasn't even checked the compound for T-Bone. He's just sitting in there between them. Samarak is peeking in a 1v2. Not what you want to do. Haha, that rhymed. Now he's going to try and push underneath, use the terrain to his advantage. Look for something. Doesn't have a nade. That would have been optimal here, though. Wants to push across. Has eyes on Vasco. No damage done so far. So you can peek it for a little while longer if you have to. Eggy from the side finds Vasco. Steals the kill as well. And I'm looking at T-Bone. He's in the middle of an entropy compound. And there's just not a whole lot he can do. He's literally sitting there just chilling and waiting. Trying to buy himself some time and hope that all of Entropy push around him. They have not even gone in there to check yet. They're just playing the riches around, and there he comes. Hello! T-Bone finds the first, runs back upstairs. Wants to get the heals back on. Entropy loses Flammy. Still 2 left to play, though. Anonymous and Eggy. They're around the corner. Eggy and T-Bone. Both, I believe, in Suck did not hit. Did they ever get a chance to play together? I'm actually not sure if they did or not. Were they teammates back then or were they not? I'm not sure. Ooh, players down to low HP. T-Bone doesn't see him in time. T-Bone goes down. Anonymous finds him. The flush comes in. Eggy stays put and is only phase 3, so he'll be fine for now. Now it's closed in. No circle 4 popping. Of course, we go out on land, so that's gonna be it's gonna be phase 5 coming up, and now it's where you sound like if you're in the blue. No res is gonna be possible. Let's see what's gonna happen in here. Diaz finds 1. Can't see anything because of the smoke. 10 HP, waits it out. Buster and Wanderer are resable, I should say. They're tagged up, they're low on HP, and now this smoke is gonna fade out at some point soon. I can't see why, like, I can't get why they can't see anything. He sprays like a madman, but can't get eyes on them. That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. It looked like he would have vision on them, but not quite the case. Not quite the case. Let's see, Omarkin. T-Bone is lost, so it's just Page and Cast Register left alive. Mike as well, solo player trying to deal with Team Liquid, and Liquid has a tough rotation coming up. Their pathing from this west side of the circle is going to be extremely difficult because they have compounds and whatnot. Looking towards where they are. Samrak looking out the window. Trying to see if he can find the rotations around Eki. And Anonymous are playing pretty far split apart. Eki does find Odin though, a little bit of a constellation, I guess you can say. Loses one, gets one. This town here has to come to an end at some point soon as well, because as you can see, it's outside the circle, this whole building, so somebody will have to make the initial move. Twite. Nice to see. The thing is, and that's what I think the reason is that Omarkin ain't pushing. A, they don't have nades and molotovs to really breach into any of that, and B, it's just a really horrible type of building to push into. So many times have I seen people try and run up those stairs and end up getting killed because they simply just couldn't. I mean, it's just horrible. Have one guy knocked on the staircase, he blocks the entire path for your teammates. It's just really, really difficult to transition through. Now let's see, Rox. He's raiding around the corner. That nade is going to be bounced on the stairs. That should find Mexi, and indeed it does. Mexi goes down immediately. Flashbang is up to follow. Eki found two. That's Cash and the Page gone down. So Omark, and they're going to be eliminated, not even by the team that they're actually fighting. Eki found one, and I believe it might have gone down to the blue immediately after. So 12 people, or 12 teams. No, wait, what? Entropy, 12th place, I should say, for them. Lovers jumps out. Had the knock on Mexi. Now he's trying to see if he can stay put here. Only 42 HP. They did get the rest up, I believe. So yes, everyone is on their feet. EP is down to minimal HP. Look at the HP for both him and Mexi. It's the bare minimum. Nades are going to be lopped in real soon, I'm sure. Yep, that's one bounced forward. That could get them down. No damage done. They were sitting in the back room, able to stay safe. EB's head, is it exposed? Yes, it is, but you're not tall enough, Rox. Gotta stand on your tippy toes to hit that one, unfortunately. Can't extend any further over the bar. Somebody who designed that window. Some game developer is going, that's exactly why I made it that tall. Just so you exactly could not shoot in through it. That's kind of toxic, but fair enough. Rox by himself. Wants to see what he can do in terms of getting away, but it's not going to happen. K-Mind takes him down. And Octave finds Lassa as well. That's still the fight between the two teams who were on the edge before. Up the Mabibi finds one. K-Mind has his 4th kill. Yeah, it's gone down though. Simca over the top. Found the knock on one. They have plenty of time. It is a second knock on K-Mind, but there should be time enough to peek over this one. Two guys together. Spotted. Dealt with. Dead. Mexi finds the kill. Team Liquid continues. 7 kills and counting. Remember, Liquid didn't even make it through round 1 last week. So the fact that they're in the finals, and not only that, but doing well here is good to see. It was a tough qualifier day on Tuesday for them last week, but it seems like things have turned around and now working somewhat more in their favor. Woogie is chilling. They've somehow got back together, by the way. The fact that we saw them split apart for so long earlier is pretty impressive that Tummel actually got over towards his teammates. Input finds one. Plus 40. Gets their 4th kill. Off-string circle 5 Rizzle and Input trying to make their way. I mean, they're not even making their way anywhere. They're just chilling in the compound, but they have to clear it, so it's probably the opposite of chilling. They're constantly running around outside trying to make sure that no one has a chance to really breach in towards them. Fike. Oh no. Evie. Can we get some snakes in the chat? Some Toby snakes in the chat? Because Fike is right here, and I don't think they know. I don't think EB knows. Fike, you gotta be so calm. So quiet. Mexi's gonna come around the corner. Hi, Mexi. Oh, I was gonna say, if you still didn't see him, Fike, I respect you for not shooting, but there, when he's literally on your face, you might want to start shooting. I think Mexi might have been a little jump scared there, because there were... was kind of limited where he could really... Like, how many seconds he would get to start shooting on that one. But stays alive. Doesn't lose any health either. An Octave Quizzy caught on the wrong side of the road. Now Wookie and Clip, they're going into a vehicle. Not sure exactly what they have to drive with from there, but that's a phase 6 vehicle rotation. Not too often you see those being put to use. Well, they could have gonna try and continue moving further forward. There are plenty of smokes blocking vision. Noki though finds Odin. That's gonna kind of numb down the defense opportunities for Not Fair in the dip here. They all have to move, but they were the one that could stand against Liquid. Now 2v4 that ain't, or 2v3 I should say, sorry. That ain't gonna be the easiest thing to do at all. K-Mine's looking around. They don't want to over-aggress here. Circle just went back up to the north, and that's, well, that's kind of where they came from. They were a little more northwestern than where they were sitting, but they're trying to backtrack now and see if anyone's gone up to play the ridge lines that they were on before. That's why we see Beats are running back up towards the north in that direction. Shots now fired. Uno over towards K-Mine. Ondo jumps back down towards safety. The offstring finds an Octave at the same time. That's over towards the east. Over towards the east. EB is going to go up against Clip. Oh, spots him. Goes back down immediately. Knows there's probably more than one player waiting for him up there. In the meantime, I mean, Apocalypse is just chilling in the middle. Now we're in placement points, right? He's just chilling in the middle, letting all these other teams fight. Oh my god, Kemba got placement points. I didn't even notice Navi was still alive. Kemba actually made it in. There were 52 players alive when he was a solo. Now we're down to 19, and even though I said it was going to be a tall order, he still managed to pull it off. Kemba, congrats, you've made yourself placement point worthy. Did not expect to see that happen. Now let's see how many placement points he can get away with here. For those of you watching scrims, yesterday Mexi had an insane performance. And actually it was a Miramar game too, managing to deal with quite a few players in the end game all on his lonesome. Let's see now, Mexi finds Uno. There's still Nanvik left to deal with, and here comes a team over the top as well. Wookie went for the spray, didn't really hit anything. Maybe it was more of a pressure spray than trying to get the kills. K-Mine did get flushed though, and Mexi reloading with 28 bullets. Might not want to do that, but doesn't matter. He gets the kill anyway. Nanvik went down, Uno down as well, and that's going to be kills confirmed. I believe Nanvik actually stolen away by Phantom and Noki down towards the southeast. So even though a lot of the spray bullets were connected by Mexi, it wasn't him who actually got the kill there. Sneaky snake in the grass. Apocalypse. Spamming some snakes in the chat now that we have the emote, if you are subscribed, of course. Circle down towards the compound once more. Kemba just chilling. That's top 7. One more team eliminated, and you get 2 placement points and not just 1. Maybe running forward. Looking around, trying to see what he can do here. There's 2 players left alive for Liquid. Adepts as well, trying to make their push on, and there are 3. Phantom, Furix, and Noki. Noki is still down towards the southeast, trying to hold from behind and make sure that no one's peeking, because Phantom and Furix are only playing close range. They can't really take any long range engagements. Tamil is trying to secure their line and see and check that a potential Liquid push won't come over the hillside the same way it potentially could have gone earlier. Input finds an Octave. I feel like Unity and Plus 40, they've been up here for a long time, tapping away at each other. There should be no helmets and probably no vests, to be fair, as well, for these late game engagements. Now, Plus 40, though, they are 4 live, so that could most definitely play into their favor. Correct. I think he found circle 5. Noki is pushed up to the ridge line as well. Remember, they have Kemba right behind them. Kemba might even be able to see Noki right now. An Octave goes down to the blue. They both go down to the blue, denying the points, saying, you know what, there are too many opponents around us. We can't really do anything from here. So they both go out. 7th place for them. 6 teams left alive. Clip spots out input. Can't quite get the flush on towards him. They're gonna continue their move further forward, though. They are actually inside the circle already, but don't wanna play it on the back foot. Want to constantly be proactive and try and make sure that no one can push towards them. Wookie with the bolt finds one. That's a pizza gone down, and that don't think Mexi is gonna be. No, he's tagged behind the boxes there, so I don't think Mexi is gonna be able to go around and get it back on his feet. As I say that, speaking of Mexi, finds Phantom, able to get the flash on towards him as well. 10 kills now for Liquid. It's only the first knock on EP. Is he trying to crawl towards him? Is he allowed to crawl towards him? I guess he is. Wookie looks away for a split second, but it might actually just be a bait. Noki over the top gets an angle. Mexi forced to prone down, but again, it is only the first knock on a pizza, so He has time. He has plenty of time. The only opponent he's going to have now is the blue, and that might actually be an opponent too many. Up on the northern side, Offstring found one. Circle found the other. Woogie and Clip both gone down. It's just Tummel left alive. As I say that, Circle finds the second one as well. Navi out in 6th, and it's going to be Kill and Die out in 5th. So 4 teams left alive. EP somehow back up on his feet. Mexi was fortunate that 40 plus dealt with the opposing team on the other side, and here is Apocalypse. Well, they should see him. Look the other way, Apocalypse. There's no one in the blue. Just look towards the left. He's waiting. Mexi has already cleared one snake earlier. He's already cleared the angle once. Does Offstring know that there's someone down there? No, he's gonna nade the smoke. Could you imagine? Offstring getting a kill there? Just one of those really random ones. Ooh, damage done towards both Mexi and... Is he boosting? I think he's boosting. Apocalypse is ready. He's just chilling with his gun out, looking in the completely wrong direction. If I cannot see them, they cannot see me. Mexi goes down. Offstring finds one. Furex solo. Apocalypse solo. Pizza solo. Now he's turned around, but Apocalypse, you're gonna start taking damage. That is a lot of damage done towards you. Only taking blue, and he's gonna go down to the blue. Apocalypse, what the hell are you doing? Found the flush, but all the damage done towards him was from blue. Oh, he saw one. He's going to try and pre-fire the angle, sprint around into the corner. Has something to hide behind. Again, 10 kills for the team, but what more can you do on your own? Not that much. Liquid, 10 kills, goes out in 3rd place. And Circle 5 is going to sprint in the blue, try and find Furex. It ain't going to matter. He's going to go down. You can see how much they wanted the kills confirmed, and they get it. Plus 40. Get themselves 10 kills and a chicken dinner. What a way to start off the day. And in all fairness,